Internet, hello there YouTube. We had some technical difficulties just then, but I think I have resolved them. Anyway, we are back. This is the Hermit Gamers playthrough of X-Men Legends 2. We're doing solo hardcore runs and we're looking to eventually get every character done. Some of them are going to be a struggle. Some of them might be very easy. Anyway, now, right at this moment, we are doing Sabretooth and we're on the last act. We're just about done. XML2. It is a classic old ARPG. It is a bandware. It is free. You can probably play it on your toaster. Give it a shot. It's a barrel of laughs. Anyway, let's get in there.
Let the games begin.
And yeah, had to change this to a kind of display.
What do you want?
Based thingamajiggy. So, and yeah, we got some decent upgrades in the pipe here. So I think we kind of just like
help with anything?
You know, look, we can get more astounding. Yeah, he's got some level 50 gear, but none of it's particularly nice. Like, that's nice, but we're not gonna ever level enough to use that. We're kind of at the point now where we can, like, do a little bit of this. But, yeah, the odds of actually getting something good from this are kind of like, look at that. Not so good. Just a bunch of, like, white junk, and it's very, very expensive to keep doing it. Anyway, we got our graduation exam here. Defeat Bastion should be nice and easy. Grab an extra skill point, and then we head in. Boss fights. I kind of this guy's Sith Lords are his speciality. Let's just say
You may now begin.
doesn't want for boss damage. That said, I am a little bit nervy about the final boss because he can hard punish you if you.
Grade passed.
That's
Congratulations.
a bit of an awkward little visual effect there. And it was just a lightning bolt. Like screen effect hit at exactly the same time. And yeah, here we will eventually get the graduation exam there. When we do, we will want to get her done. But for now, we just want to kind of like, you know, getting that above 30. What can I say? Like, this guy has proven so much less.
No time to waste.
No time to waste.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. But yeah, this guy has proven to be quite a bit tankier than I was expecting. Partly because he kills stuff so quickly. You know, obviously, that's a pretty good way to mitigate damage. Is to just murder the hell out of stuff that's trying to kill you. But, you know, also has just proven to be able to, like, face tank some hits that I would have normally expected to really, you know, sort of tune him up. And a big chunk of that is those passive resistance. A lot of enemies in this game, they don't, like, even if they're melee attackers, they don't necessarily do melee damage, as you would have seen during my Colossus playthrough. You know, we were using Steel Skin to early game just to kind of get in and have a little bit of a hit point buffer while we were brawling, because his starting skill is so bad he has to kind of, you know, brawl his way through those fights, and it's really rough. It's not, like, he really struggles in the early game. And those little beetles, the really dangerous ones. Yeah, these guys, we want to bait that combo out if we can, and then just going for the stun, going for the kill. We don't want to go chain CC'd if we can avoid it. If it happens, it happens. You know, the odds of it, like, killing you when there's only 3 of them and nothing else to help them do damage, not that scary. But you certainly don't want to be letting those guys tune you up when there are other enemies around who can do a little bit more burst. Like the beetles, for example, they have this charge attack. Like this, very little damage, right? But if they do this kind of charge attack, it can really hurt, and a couple of them can like nail you with it at the same time. Oh, critical. Anyway, these guys, pretty much all their combos can end in some CC, so I'm take them on nice and slowly. But at the same time, want to make some good progress. I don't want to be doing this for ages. I've kind of had to like delay the finish of this playthrough a little bit longer than I would have liked. Yeah, when they fly, it's so tricky to like nail them. But yeah, not bad. As I say, I've had to delay this a little bit more than I would have liked. Running out of breath. Wait. Yeah. Get the fuck in there. And now we have the Sinister Bite. Now this could be a little bit more tricky because we can't literally just kite directly away from him. And yeah, he does this thing where he like CCs you, it forces you, like, you just lose control of your character and they run away. Beast, that was freaking dirty.
Taken my mutant powers, stolen yours.
Yeah, so we want to hit him with that first. And then cha-chunk, cha-chunk. If I can actually... Yeah, lovely. Like I said, boss damage. Kind of this guy's speciality.
Yes.
He and Wolverine.
Aside from he had me, he's further. Yes, yes.
They chunk bosses like you wouldn't believe. But yeah. I never worry too much about that fight. For style points, I like to do it without killing Beast if possible. That's kind of the only little challenge you can get in there. Anyway, let's push on. As I said, I don't want to be doing this for a while. I want to clear this up and have Wolverine done, ready to like take him through on Nightmare if need be. These guys, not super dangerous, but they can put a decent amount of CC in if you let them get close to you, so, you know. We just treat them in the usual manner, which is keep them stun locked. And... No, I let him in the freaking pit. I'm trying to be like classy and dodge it, but yeah. Classiness is not exactly my specialty here. I might even just literally go straight into this area rather than sort of explore this entire area for no particular reason, because we're gonna have to go do the at some point. So, the Temple of Sugma. Good old Sugma. Marga. Oh, Karikika. I still got stunned by that, so cool. Man, the hitboxes on some of these abilities are janky as hell. But I don't mind that much, like, it's okay. It's a little bit frustrating sometimes. Like that just misses. They're like inches from it, but it doesn't make any difference. And these guys, the Resurrectors, you kind of have to dive in on them, but now like so like I really want to like just make it clear that like I don't randomly decide to like put my cursor on a bug behind me when I'm trying to dive something in front of me and then just auto attack it 3 times in a row for no reason. That's literally just auto targeting in this game being a piece of shit. Because if you left click on something, sometimes you melee attack it. And that's literally just the game deciding that I'm clicking on this thing because it's using like controller auto targeting. Like it's this weird like slopjank solution that they do when they put, you know, controller games over to mouse and keyboard, where it's like you have the illusion that you're using a mouse and keyboard, but actually the game chooses what you target, and you know, you ostensibly like have some influence over that based on like which direction your character is facing and where you put your mouse. But like sometimes the game will literally just decide that you're targeting something here when you're like literally running forward, and you just randomly like turn around and spam an ability behind you, or just randomly start like pounding an enemy with auto attacks for like, you know, you're literally like, you're not clicking on them, you're not clicking anywhere near them. You're literally moving in the opposite direction, but it just 180s you for no reason. And that's literally just the fact that, you know, like, I would love to say that, like, that's something that, like, you know, more modern devs have, like, solved, but the fact of the matter is, like, when you have games that are controller compatible, like ARPG type games like this, when they're controller compatible, the mouse and keyboard inputs often are just an absolute pile of shit, and they just do not fucking work, and you might as well just play it on a controller so you can lean back, because you just get no fucking benefit out of being on mouse and keyboard. Like, I have Xbox controllers, and I'm seriously thinking about doing that for Diablo, because it's just like, I mean, the hotkeys in Resurrected are dog shit, because everything has to revolve around shift anyway, so like the idea that you have this like much more like potent like hotkey setup on keyboard, it's just nonsense. It's not true. Like using hotkeys on keyboard with that game is like, it's like trying to fucking play some like jank ass fucking chords on the guitar where you're like bending your hand around and stretching shit, and it's just like, it doesn't need to be like that, but you know for a fact it's going to be way more ergonomic on a controller because controller life. And it's like, you know, your advantage on mouse and keyboard should be precision, but the game just takes that away from you because it auto-targets as if you are on controller, even when you're not on controller, so you might as well just be on controller and get the benefits of, like, a little bit of comfort, a little bit of, like, ergonomics. I hate enemies that just run away for no reason. Like, you're a melee enemy, can you not fucking run away? Like, if there was any fucking reason for them to run away other than to just waste your time and fuck with you, then, like, I'd say have at it, man. Like, like, does it help regenerate a little bit? Then fair enough, they can run away. Do they have a range attack? Then fair enough, they can run away. You know, are there other enemies that can, like, heal them or resurrect them or something that maybe they'll just kite into them? Then sure. Are there ranged enemies that they might kite you into? Hell yeah, okay. Like, there's literally none of that here. There's no reason for them to run away other than to just fuck with you and waste your time. It's so annoying. But at the same time, those bugs are pretty fucking harmless. You can just ignore them. And I don't think there's any reason to come up here just yet. We'll find out. I don't know, I get the data disc, that's fine. But yeah, we should get this finished up relatively quickly. I'm not too nervous about the final boss. You know, there's three ways to deal with a boss like that. Either you know, you can sustain the damage they output. That's kind of like the rogue / Colossus approach. You just make yourself invincible and just go pound them until they fall over. Or you physically kite and avoid the damage. And you know, that's how you can do it with like Cyclops or something, where you just never actually let them touch you. And it takes a little while, but you know, it's safe and it's free, and you just kind of kite around them and keep them down. Well, this guy kind of has to do the, you know, this guy has to play it kind of like how we played the Sugar Man fight, where it's like, we don't actually want to get touched, but we also don't have range. So our one sort of gimmick is the fact that, like, okay, so we have to sort of stick and move, but at least when we stick, you know, when we go in for that attack, like, we should hit really hard. So we don't have to keep that kind of gameplay up for too long and expose ourselves to like too many opportunities to make mistakes and get punished. So it's like, you have some advantage when you play as a character like this. Even though, for a solo, I think this is the worst type of character. Because, you know, you want unfair battles on your side. You don't want to make it fair. Because these guys only have to get me once, and that's the end of my run.
Shouldn't have messed with me.
And that's why, like, it may seem like I'm taking this way more seriously than it kind of deserves to be taken. A lot of these fights, you know, I can just kind of button mash my way through pretty good. And the odds of dying are not that high. But it's just like, again, they only need to freaking get me once, you know? There's just no reason to poke your head out and take that risk. Now, oh, I'm gonna have to come back here. That's so annoying. Oh well. At least I don't have to go down this side. Yeah, I should have gone the other way first, but it's cool. So they don't do the best job in, like, this act, as is often the case. Final acts kind of feel a little bit unpolished compared to the rest of the game. And yeah, it's kind of how it is here. Like, normally this game doesn't make you play Walking Simulator like this. It'll put extra enemies in the area, or give you a little, like, door that will open that you can kind of whoosh through. Yeah, no real reason to mess about here. But I do want to get to level 40, because I will get a nice power spike at level 40, and that will be lovely. We gotta get some jerks jump out at us here. We got ult, so I'm not too scared. Yeah, this guy's ult is getting, like, really, really scary damage now, especially because it can crit. And, you know, as long as we got the ultimate up, we don't have too much to fear. Ranged burst is kind of our only nemesis, but we've been pretty lucky. Not actually having to deal with too much in the way of range burst. But this is also one of those things I'll say, like, good thing those guys actually don't do too much damage, because, you know, just as I'm talking about range burst. Yeah, there should be another canoptic jar here. And I want to kite all these guys together if I can, just smash them with like one ult. Although if they're gonna stack up like that, make my life easy then. Yeah, you are fucking galah, mate. Alright, so I should have the other canoptic jar now. Alright, they're gonna be jerks, that's fine. We just corral them together. Like I said, I don't find them that threatening, especially if there's nothing around to CC you. Could go get that weapons cache, but honestly, I probably should have got the waypoint, just so I can like whoosh back to it if need be.
Mess with me.
Might as well go in this area as well. Get this done. And as always, you know, we just want to kite, separate a little bit if possible, not just kind of run into everything. Yeah, at the same time, I want to actually like get my squabbles in here and like get some free EXP while I'm here. 'Cause we're gonna get a nice, like we're kind of at this really frustrating position where like we just can't quite two-shot them with the abilities that we want to be using, and plenty of extremes, no reason to just mash our way through them. But yeah, want to get some squabbles in and get a little bit of EXP because there we go. Now this should hopefully get us back on top of that breakpoint. But let's see what we actually have here. Ah, okay, so we can't use the astounding yet. We may not quite have the upgrade. Oh no, we can use the astounding here. Alright, but what do we got here? Origin Cloak. Not particularly great. And too high level, so. Alright, I really like that. But we don't have anything to upgrade these telepathic, which is a shame because these are kind of getting messed up by their secondary stat. And that's a really nice piece of gear, but then yeah, we'll try that. And we'll try this Raven Chain if this isn't so good. But this should be a pretty chunky little damage spike, at least on anything that isn't resistant to mental. And then just chuck a skill in here somewhere. Yeah, we get this fully maxed. Should be nice. Should be nice.
There's no one gonna stop me now.
And yeah, these guys, they do not fucking respect, like, line of sight when it comes to their ability to res. They just do not give a fuck. Oh, Karikaka. So yeah, we just break these statues and then we clear out of here. You can't jump over there. Watch me not do that. Like, watch me just not even take that. Fuck it, I can go for a little walk, man. I need to get my steps in anyway. Yeah, look at that one-shot. So it was almost certainly a crit, but still. If it one-shots with a crit, I can't quite two-shot that. Alright. Hold on. Let's see how we go with this. this rather. Oh, those resistances are so nice now, but the damage could be a smidge downgrade. Honestly, it looks about the same. If only I had a upgrade for the armor. I didn't realize the level requirements on those were much higher, or I would have like maybe done a little bit of shopping or something and tried to get good replacements. But it is what it is. We still got a damage spike. We may not notice it on like the breakpoints on normal enemies, but that's okay. That's okay. Normal enemies can be stunned, so normal enemies are not that fearsome to me. We might as well fight our way out of here. Like, we'll go down one of these angles that we haven't cleared, get some more EXP. Oh, that's scary as hell. Alright. Yeah, let's kind of sneak up on them and just get the delete button. Honestly though, like, we might be able to tank quite a bit more than I would expect, purely because our resistances are so fucking on point. Like, without having to, like, resistances are so good in this game, but at the same time, it's like, they're just not better than damage. That's just the truth of it.
Luckily, one size fits all.
Yeah, I'll definitely hold on to that, just in case I find... you know, something to equip here, basically. That's better than these.
What do you want?
Wait, I just reset his, so he's
It's
selling that
already
rare.
in
Sometimes
condition.
he'll just randomly sell a rare like that, which is pretty cool. But yeah, if we had anything level 40 with some plus damage, particularly on the glove slot, I would love that. But yeah, he's just not going to do me a solid on that one. Alright, let's do a couple more gambles. And we're broke now. That's fine. We'll just trying to lock up that one. Hey, get back. And yeah, mainly go down there for that little bit of EXP. You know, I don't want to skip too many fights if I can avoid it in this last area. Plus, I also do want to get the final Danger Room disc. I think the final Danger Room disc is by the monolith. Because this guy can actually complete the Legend grade Danger Room bosses in a fairly timely manner. We skip them with Cyclops because he just doesn't have the damage for it. And when I see that aura, as I say, I probably don't need to be that scared of it now because, like, yeah, resistance is freaking on point. Really good shit there. So all those like elemental auras and enemies that spam the elementals, like they're just kind of tickling us a little bit. Not too bad at all. But yeah, these are kind of the guys that get to play with the passive resistances. Because, like, Rogue can get them, Colossus can get them, but they also have invincibility. So, that's right, I've got to go back. Super annoying. Let's just get that guy out of my face, and we'll go back. Anyway, this has been a little bit less than optimal because I kind of fucked up. Ow. That thing really hurts, but it's fun. Hurrah! So here it's like a little puzzle on the floor. It's not that big a deal. If you go over the bugs, an elite bug spawns. Who cares? You know, if I wasn't busy, I'd farm them for EXP. The apocalypse phase will do a little bit of damage to you, but yeah, otherwise, relatively free. Gonna have some jerks come out here. And we just peel them. Nice and easy like that. I'm gonna grab the waypoint, and then I'm gonna go to the other. What a pack! This guy's gonna take an eternity to kill. Wait, can I? You see how long it takes just for me to be able to click on that guy to see what his vulnerability is? And that's just like the auto-targeting being fucking fungus. Like, it loves to pull that shit. But, you know, it is what it is. I should just play it on a controller, like I've got one. But I don't even know if an Xbox controller would be compatible with this old-ass thing. Anyway, definitely gonna do that next time I load up Diablo. That said, it's gonna be fucking with, like, you know, 20 years of fucking muscle memory. Anyway. Could be worth a shot. And now we need to come up here. It's not going to give us a waypoint because it is a prick. But if I come up here, there should be a jar I can chuck the canoptic Mishnoigans in. And then we just book it back to the waypoint. And then we hoof it, we get out of here. And music's not bad in this act. I do still think the Matri Temple in Act 3 has the best music. Like, it's kind of... Can't really argue with that. But I think sometimes I kind of talk about it like it's the only good music in this game. This isn't bad. There's some, like, you know, Egyptian vibe. Alright, let's see if I have enough of these things. I should. Yeah, good. Good, good, good. Now, gets the hell out of here. Get out. Alright, how do I get back up there? There we go. Alright. So I don't think it's actually like any kind of like necessity to come up here, but I could be wrong. Oh, that's right. You have to unlock the crystal here. So yeah. My bad. Oh, don't tell me it's like. Okay. No worries, no worries. So sometimes these interactables will like cease to be interactable. And it can kind of soft lock you out of being able to complete the objectives, but what you can do is you just waypoint to enough maps that it empties your cache, and then you go back to the one. It will reset all the enemies on the map, which is, you know, a bit of a pain, but it is what it is. And we're just coming in here just to farm some extreme tokens. That's what this place is for. Like, I'm not like afraid of the living monolith boss fight, but lord, that thing can take time. And know, having all 5 extremes should just help us to, like, chip him down nice and fast. The only thing is, yeah, I kind of don't want to go through the main, like this thing, to get back, because it'll play the freaking cutscene, and it is what it is. Just hope it doesn't crash my game. It shouldn't. Yeah, I've yet to have the cutscenes crash the game. And yeah, I don't want to use that blink portal. I want to TP to the ancient labyrinth, and we should be able to open this door now. I had a feeling there would be something there. Junk. Yeah, see these guys, I'm pretty sure they do heat damage or something, but or energy damage. Anyway, we have resistance to it, and you can see they just don't do the damage they would typically do. Like, it's just a little tickle.
Shouldn't have gone my way.
And here we are. This is the monolith. We have some qualifying exam. If I can blink portal. Nah. Alright. I was going to say if I can blink portal, I might go back and just quickly do that for the extra skill points, make this fight go a little bit faster. But we'll save that before the final fight, because I got plenty of time.
I need the sun energy. No, I am vulnerable. Vulnerable. Already you stumble.
So the main thing is I kind of want to avoid that radial, but I'm not doing the best job of it. It comes out quite quickly.
Very good. Now I cannot be hurt.
Now I cannot be hurt.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
I need the sunlight.
Okay, that was a little bit more clean. So I don't mind eating those lasers. Much better. But you see what I mean when I say this guy works on like setups, and you don't like. This is probably the first boss in normal that actually has enough health to justify like eating your full setup. And you can see like the more you wail.
Stop. Now I can be hurt.
Jeez, that did so much freaking damage. But, yeah. The main danger that guy presents is, I don't know, maybe if you're really squishy, if your resistances are really bad. you could possibly get unlucky and get burst down, but I think you'd have to be kind of a little bit asleep at the wheel. We want to farm some extremes if we can, but the main thing, we just want to get the waypoint. You know, then I can go back. I can farm extremes in the teleport chamber if I need to, just to make sure I have them all. Do those danger room missions. You know, we just like, why not? You know, if we can, because they will probably, some of them could be a bigger challenge than the actual boss fight, which is pretty fun. Like Strife in particular on Legend is very, very freaking tanky. And actually Sugarman might be a little bit more yeah, there might be a little bit more like seasoning on that side of fries than we actually want to deal with.
You ain't looking so good.
Because we're gonna, like, he's gonna be super tanky basically. And of course, as always, he can kind of like 1 to 3 shot you, but on that difficulty, he'll probably 1 or 2 shot. So we grab this. La tech station. Beautiful. Kill some dirty beetles, give me the old dirty beetles to say, back at the pro shop. Smash this waypoint, just like you should smash the like button. That was clean, come on. Yeah, so get extremes, especially if we're going to be doing the danger room missions, because you don't run out of them in the danger room as long as you leave the danger room and come back, if that makes sense. Leave the danger room menu and come back. Anyway, let's just grab some. That's what this is here for, you know. You gotta use it. Like, this is the lower Kuras in this game. It's just a place to go to, like, farm stuff. Easy. No combat, just opening boxes. Back in just a moment. Alright, apologies. Damn, we are on the clock though. Let me just say that. Now this is a short act, so wouldn't expect it to run too long, but I'm pretty sure it ran closer to like an hour and 20 minutes or something when I did it with Colossus. I was kind of like getting back into the groove, getting back into the swing of things is one of the reasons why I play Colossus, because he is so strong. His kick can kind of carry you quite a bit if you make shitty decisions or do stupid things. You have invincibility buttons, you have a screen wide button. Yeah, just a couple more extreme tokens. And then we blow this hot dog stand. It just doesn't want to give them to me, does it? New York looks so freaking cool though, like the cityscape down there looks so cool. Alright, almost there. One more please. One more. And beautiful, beautiful, we are done. We are done here. Just destroy some of these like nice, really juicy collections. And yeah, cutscene. Don't crash my game. I feel like you shouldn't. You haven't yet. You've genuinely been behaved. But I don't like that in it, like the stuttering. It worries me. It is a concern. Anyway, here we are. All good. 5 extreme tokens. Heading in. So this one is Strife. Okay, this should be easy dubs. Doing it solo is a faff though, especially when he has all of the brains. Where's my boy? Where's my firstborn?
Bring it on.
You may now begin your course.
Yeah, so expect to spend a decent chunk of time just getting ragdolled here. But I can kind of use that as a mobility skill. And I can go even faster with it if I use my attack speed boost, so not too bad. Anyone who has some mobility. Shut up, Strife. Wait. Like, okay, we have a little bit of boss damage. Just a bit. And so now this unlocks these. And these are like, well, you'll see. These are tanky boys. They are chunky, they are tanky, they are built different, you will see. Alright. Yeah, this 1-for-1, like more or less 1-for-1 scheme has been serving me like very beautifully, so we might as well maintain it. Oh my god, I have the most ridiculous craving for like a tart green apple. I've been getting the best ones from this like local place. It's so good. And like, been eating so many, and I just like miss them when I don't have them. Like, literally makes my mouth water just thinking about it. In a couple of hours, I just walk down the shop and get some, you know. Life is good, but for now, I kind of have to like just crave them and not have them. But that will make it so much nicer when I actually get them, you know. Anyway, so we don't actually get a talent point for doing Lady Deathstrike, but I want to kind of do her anyway, just as a sort of test to see how we're going to fare here. So the main issue with Soren is not particularly dangerous, but because he flies around so long, killing him within the time limit can be a bit tricky. Anyway, let's see how we do. This Lady Deathstrike is a good test.
I assure you, it will be most unpleasant.
Oh yeah, you can see how tanky she is. So we kind of just have to eat damage here because we're supposed to be killing her like within a set time.
You got enough energy for that.
You have to focus. Fight harder.
The auto targeting. Like when I can actually physically like hit the enemy, I can actually do damage, but it's just like, good luck.
I am the best at what I do.
Like I might legitimately just have to give up on this because of the auto targeting. Like I just cannot actually get efficiency out of my pots. Yeah, like we're gonna just have to. It's so depressing when it's just like, come on, game, please.
What do you want?
Like I just want to hit the enemy. She's like 3 fucking feet from me. I have my fucking cursor on her, and I just literally fly past her.
Any questions?
Like a fucking harmless breeze, or I literally like use the fucking ability in the 180 in the opposite fucking direction, and it's just like, hello. Like the only thing that fucking matters in this fight is that like I get value out of my energy pots, and I'm just going into the fight with like a third of them. Might as well just be thrown in the garbage because like literally a third of my abilities just fucking miss, and it doesn't matter what I'm clicking on, where I'm running, doesn't matter. It's just like, you know,
Sabertooth, stay out of my
just fucking auto aim controller bullshit. So this guy is tankier, but also like, I don't know, we may actually just be able to hit this guy, so that would be nice. Wow, it's almost like you do damage when your abilities can just fucking hit, but we're back in like fucking run straight past them mode again. So whether or not this will actually be workable, I don't know. Game, for the love of fucking Christ, please, just like, he's standing right there, you know, it shouldn't be this big a deal. Like, I should just be able to hit him. That should just be a thing that can happen in the game. It should not be fucking punishing me like this. So I feel the need to point out that this ability that just consistently like flies through the enemy hitbox is like the cornerstone of my ability to actually do boss DPS. Like I need to land these hits and get these speed bumps. And the game is just not fucking having it.
have completed all course objectives.
But when I can actually physically just put damage on target, these fights are very winnable.
What do you want? You won't find better prices anywhere else.
I could try the Death Strike one again. The thing is, I don't actually get a talent point for killing Death Strike, so... Ooh, just getting it up to a flat 50% is pretty nice, but then that gets an extra crit chance, and I like that. Alright, let's try Sugar Man. That should actually be like a fun fight. It may not actually realistically be doable like in the time frame I need to do it in, because so much of it is just like whether he will just sort of RNG do the attack that I can punish him for.
Let's go.
The training course is activated. Begin.
Because if I just try to like pound on this guy, I'll just die. Honestly, damage, not too bad. Oh, this is so bad. Yeah, at least we can use that as a mobility skill, like as an escape, and it's pretty nice. Ooh. You see how much freaking damage that guy does? Uh-oh, I'm dead.
Help me out here.
I thought I was dead. That's
Oh, look! I'm almost breaking a sweat.
Thank you. So I've got to use that to get in, and then this to get out. And it may just be a little bit too slow. Oh, no. Jeez, I went in when I had no energy with the escape. It was just a huge mistake on my part. Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Maybe
Objectives have been successfully achieved.
Don't know if we did that
Course
fast
is
enough.
now complete.
Oh, we
Well
did. That
done.
was nice. Bastion, trying to be realistic, probably isn't really doable. I don't know. We'll find out.
What do you
I'll give them
want?
both a try. Why not? We can get those 2 extra talent points. you know, they do kind of just stand around a little bit, so they're a bit easier to like put the damage in on. And we could get this up to 50% here. So yeah, let's give it a try. Let's see if we can squeeze those last 2 skill points out. Bastion is the scariest because of him summoning frickin' sentinels. If I save my ult just for the sentinels though, it might be okay. Strife is mostly going to be an endurance test. He's very, 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 very tanky.
Sabertooth. It's about time.
You may now begin your course.
Destroyed the entire.
You haven't destroyed it.
Destroyed the entire brain trust.
I'm working on it. Don't worry about it.
You haven't gotten all the
Ha!
brains.
Dude. Shut your freaking whole mouth. I just got all the brains. Yeah, this shit. Like, oh, okay, I have this great ability, but I can't use it. Also, I did not choose to just run into him for that moment and just randomly start spamming him with meaningless attacks. That was 100% my just making it. Controller things, just deciding to be helpful. So you see how much faster I can actually get if I can spam that and then start stacking bleeds. Like, this is the cornerstone of my damage against really tough bosses like this, is to just hit them with a bajillion bleeds when my speed is all late. How does that... Like, the visual for it had literally ended and it still fucking wings me? I don't mind eating that to get some damage on. I'm honestly not that scared of the damage that he can do. Concern now is just time, and we should be fine, to be honest. They give you pretty generous time to
All
kill
objectives
these
have
guys.
been successfully
We should
achieved.
get that free skill
Course is
point.
now complete.
And if true,
Well done.
no, not quite, not quite. Yeah, I think we're trying to push it a little bit too much here, but like that guy is absurdly tanky. To kill him within 3 minutes when he can CC you and all that sort of stuff, maybe a bit too much to ask.
What do you want?
Part of it is just hitting your combos and getting them right. So there's a certain amount of like luck. Anyway, I'll see if we can do Bastion and maybe try another run on Strife if we are successful with Bastion, but we'll see.
New X-Men.
Either way,
Sabertooth,
if we have the
bring it
damage for
on.
these guys, we definitely have the damage for the end boss,
You
but
may now begin your course.
it's a different kind of fight. These guys are a DPS check in that, you know, you have to kill them in a certain amount of time. So saving that.
Completed
that was
all
pretty
course objectives.
easy. I feel like we might try Strife just one more time. We just gotta really try to like pound down on him. We should get a fairly meaningful little damage boost as well in that. Just make sure I have
What do you want?
maximum energy pots. And then let's just get in there and see what we can do. Three minutes. 3 minutes is doable. I just need to like push my buttons a little bit more effectively and not
The
be
training
too
course
afraid
has
to just
opened.
damage straight for a bit. You may have got that.
Future does not look to be a pleasant one. Need more power to do that.
Again, it just wings me like so long after the freaking animation has ended. I think we might actually have this yeah, not get hit by that this time. It might be nice. Now we just press buttons in his direction until he pull over, please.
Your course is now complete.
And look at that, we got our free talent point. So yeah, we could do Death Strike, but all we get is a rare item. It's not worth it. Like, I'm convinced we can do it. I just need to kind of like get good, basically. But I'm really not in the mood to get good right now. And yeah, we just keep maxing out. We don't really need the defenses at this point. But if we're gonna
What
take
do
this
you
guy
want?
into Nightmare, we will. So let's not. Be silly. I'm actually
Did you need
spending a
help with
lot of
anything?
money here. Ah, super beautiful. That would be great to buy for Nightmare, but look, I'll worry about gearing for Nightmare when we get to Nightmare, you know? So yeah, we're literally taking on the end boss now, and I'm feeling... I feel like we are... pretty well kitted for this fight. This guy can kill you. But he shouldn't. Yeah, I got all my extremes, I got all my potions. So the main part of this fight is this first part. You just have to kill him. Yeah, the one thing this guy doesn't like, remember how long that took as freaking Cyclops? The one thing this guy doesn't give a shit about is like boss health pools. Like, you might think that he was going slow against those like legendary guys, but like that's the equivalent of being at like the end of normal in, you know, Diablo, and you know, fighting like Nightmare Mephisto. Like, of course your damage is not going to look that great. Yeah, let's kill these guys, get some of these. Yeah, get some of these, please.
So long as I protect the generators to the device, you'll never defeat me.
Yeah, we don't want to go near him. I should have plenty of time.
You'll
Let's just
never get
sneak in and grab a couple of those. And yeah, using the machine to just kill him in these, but like, you know, this is just like a performance, this first 2 stages of the boss fight. Because you have the machine powers, which means like no matter who you're playing, you've got really good. You've got mobility, you've got boss damage, you've even got freaking regeneration. If you need it. And you're just doing that twice, like speed charging through the to the generator.
Don't use my machine.
Don't use my machine. You shut your mouth, Apocalypse. It's not exactly your machine. Like, you just kind of like, you know, swag walk into it and do as I please with it. It's kind of my machine now, isn't it? So maybe I should be telling you don't use my machine, Bish.
I will stop you.
You couldn't stop anything. You couldn't stop me using your machine, quote unquote. Actually, fucking my machine now. Can't do shit.
I'll make certain the generators
You're
are
not gonna make
safe.
certain of anything. Quiet. Look at that. Like I told you, the first part of this fight is just a kind of formality. Like, if you as a player don't like interact with what it's hinting at you to interact with, you can waste a lot of resources just
Now
fighting
the device
Apocalypse
is
here.
useless to me.
Because he can just, you know,
Fortunately,
regenerate,
I don't
resurrect
need the
himself through the
device
machine if you actually
to
kill him
crush
before
you
destroying the
into
generators.
dust.
So you can use a lot of resources up just trying to like brute force it. Once you know not to, it's easy enough. Now here, we're going to try to play like super safe with the horsemen, although it would be nice if we could get them all into like a mass and just hit like 5 ults on all of them. Yeah, maybe we'll try that. I do need to be a little bit careful because some of them can really hoof it and others are super slow. And the last thing we want is to have be in a situation like this we dashed out of there like just in time. But yeah, I remember that I have this ability as well. And that shit can just like absolutely save you. There's only one horseman left as far as I can tell. And he's a bit of a free puff. Yeah, and that's the attack we want to avoid. So, stick and move, just as with Sugar Man. Use this to get out. Use this to get in. And we eat a hit every now and then, it's fine. And now we just damage trade for the win, and like I said, the one thing this guy doesn't lack for is boss damage. You just have to stick and move a little bit. And I knew after fighting the legend grade bosses and being okay that like this wasn't going to be a problem. The only thing I was concerned about was like getting CC'd and then wailed on by like multiple enemies. So yeah, that's another solo playthrough, at least on normal, all wrapped up. Feels good to get it done. Gotta love it. And yeah, we just save this bad boy right here. Come back, revisit, do him through again on hard at one of these points. And if we play on hard difficulty, this guy can struggle. You know, he already has a kind of weakness to range DPS, and that will just be heightened and made spicier. But yeah, always nice to do that last level, and passives are really coming along nicely. Like, yeah, if we were going to continue on to Nightmare, that's looking pretty decent to me. Like, very realistic to go for like completely maxing Talon Mastery here. But yeah, now we just portal out, save, and that's that. We're all done. Life is good. And I'm not sure who to do next, whether I should do someone that like I'm gonna have fun with, or whether I should do someone who, you know, is again a little bit weaker, maybe a bit more of a struggle to get through. But it all, you know, it all kind of mixes out, because some characters can go through normal really easy, but then they kind of struggle in Nightmare when there's more immunities and so on. Anyway, only one way to find out, and it'll have to be discovered later. For now, I'm gonna take off. Sun's gonna be coming up soon.